one.
Okay, so now we're going to compare fractions. You guys know what a fraction is? I know you've worked on this before. Anybody want to help explain what a fraction is?
It's like dividing a whole into pieces.
Did you hear that? Dividing a whole into pieces. Awesome, thank you. What do you got, Wesley?
Part of a whole.
Getting what?
A part of a whole.
Part of a whole. That works. Malik?
The denominator and the numerator.
Perfect. Like peanut butter and jelly. Which one goes on top? Peanut butter or jelly? No, I mean numerator or denominator. Which one, Jazzy? Numerator goes on top. Thank you. So then, Jerry, who goes on the bottom? Denominator. Sweet. What else do you guys know? Sometimes, like, oh, I don't know, now we're going to compare them. Good, thanks.
Like equivalent fractions.
Equivalent fractions. Thank you.
Mixed numbers.
Mixed numbers. Love it.
Improper fractions.
Oh, getting a headache. Improper fractions. Perfect. Great.
Decimals.
Decimals.
Money.
Money. Should we end on money? Everyone's favorite. Cha-ching. Okay, greater than or less than? Which one is bigger? We've got 1/4 or 1/10. So which one's bigger, a quarter or a tenth? Quarter or a tenth? Roderick?
Quarter.
Quarter. Raise your hand if you agree. Raise your hand if you're not sure. Raise your hand if you disagree. All right, Roderick, how did you know? He is correct, you are correct?
Because a tenth is like 10 pennies and a quarter is like 25 pennies.
Did you hear that? When in doubt, go back to money. That helps us because we've all worked with money. 10 pennies versus 25 pennies. 25 is actually bigger. Why would you get tricked? Why is this kind of tricky though? Why do you think most people fall for that? Yeah. Right? They see the 10 and go, ooh, it's going to be bigger, right?
But it's actually, since there's only 4 pieces, there'd be more space because there's only 4 and then you take the biggest piece. But if there's 10, they have to be cut smaller in that small circle.
Good. It's like how many people you have to share with, right? That many more people. Okay, good. If we're talking money, since we're always talking money, 1/4. What do we call the coin that's worth a quarter? I know this.
Quarter.
A quarter. Love it. I can remember that. How about 1/10? What do we call that? Sure.
$10.
A fraction is part of a whole.
Oh, $1.
So $1, how many pennies do we need for $1?
100.
100 pennies, right? What are those tiny silver coins?
Dimes.
Dimes. So if you get, how many dimes to make $1?
10.
10. Perfect. So we have only 1 dime. We have 1/10 of a dollar. Awesome. Okay, so now let's think money. See if you can recognize these in your group. We'll take 1 minute, and can you order these 4 fractions? It's money. You've got it. I know you've held all these fractions in your hand. We'll take 1 minute, and if you guys can use the Post-it to put them in order from least to greatest. So least to greatest, these 4 numbers up here. 1/20, 1/1, 1/10, and 1/4. So feel free to talk to your neighbors. See if you can't figure out. They're all coins that we use every day.
That's the last one. Least to
I know, so we weren't taking it in.
120. 120.
First one is one, but no size.
Yeah, the first one is a 120.
That's the one that is a one.
you put one hole, cause it's, you know, like the one in the wall. When you put it in, Roger, put it in one hole.
That equals a one. So like we got the
It's least to greatest.
No.
It's a step a lot.
Are we going from least to greatest? Okay, so you want the smallest number?
Just like this.
What is the highest number?
It's like this, backwards.
Yeah, the highest number goes
Left, yeah, first.
when it comes to fractions. When it comes to like going least to greatest, the highest number on the bottom goes first, and it's a circle, so it's always goes last.
It's like this.
Like this, guys.
Okay, 10 seconds.
That's it. Oh, perfect.
When you have your answers, bring it on up.
Yeah, but 1-1 is last.
I don't know.
Wait, but it says 1-1 there.
So what?
Can you use that? Can you take that off the board? Got it? Sweet. Did you get it? Okay, talk it up.
No, everybody else is doing it. Everybody else is doing it on this.
What are you guys doing that? What are you doing?
That's okay, we got to.
Oh, you were not supposed to write it on it?
We were. We're supposed to write on here. I drew a picture too. Messed up.
Okay, we ready? Regroup? Okay, 5, 4, 3,
You put the two.
2, 1. All right, thank you. Let's find out what we got. So what are we doing today?
Fractions.
What are we doing with them? Eating them?
Least to greatest.
Least to greatest. We're going to compare them, right? We're going to order them. We're going to put them in order. So now we've got 4 to worry about. Let's think money. How much is 1 over 1? What do you call that? A whole, an entire one. So what do we call that? What money are we talking? $1. Thank you. So here's $1. Somebody already said 1 out of 10 was how much, Sarah? What coin is that? A dime. So we've got $1 and a dime. Which one's bigger so far?
Dollar.
What do you think, Jazzy? The dollar's bigger? So if we're going from least to greatest, which one goes on the left and which one goes on the right? Least to greatest.
The dime goes to the left. Wait.
Dime goes to the left,
And then dollar goes to the right.
dollars to the right. Okay, sweet. Thank you. How about this one? 1 over 4. Lexi?
Quarter.
Thank you, Lexi. Quarter. Sorry, I messed with you. Correct. Good answer. So a quarter, where would you put a quarter? To the left or the right of a dime? To the right? And to the right or the left of the dollar? To the left. Anybody recognize what this one's gonna be? 1 over 20? A nickel, good. And where does a nickel go in this order?
On the left.
To the left? Left of the dime? Or to the right of the dime? Left of the dime. Okay, so you You guys feel comfortable with your answers?
Yeah.
Digging it? So it should have gone 1 over 20, good. And then what's the next biggest?
1 over 10.
Malik, thank you. 1 over 10.
1 over 40.
Thank you, Daryl. And $1. 1 over 1. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to give you guys a fraction for your group. You're going to figure out where on the number line it goes. And then we're going to meet up again. And we're going to stand up from least to greatest. And we'll see if we can do this. If you have a question, what can you do? Write it up there. So come on up, right up here. I'll keep my eye open. Make sure there's no swarm of students gathering. Okay, so can we get the go-to people to grab their number line? Glad everybody's attention. You can hear me touch your nose. You can hear me touch your ears. All right, thank you. I want to throw you a curveball. What's bigger? 1/5 or 3 out of 23? 1 over 5. Right, Ricky? 1 out of 5. Or 3 out of 23.
We have to roll 1. I was supposed to do 5.
Uh-oh.
3. Yeah, we all got it at 4. 4. Switching.
Everybody good to go? Okay, raise your hand if you're ready.
Guys, keep over here.
Perfect. Okay. So, thank you, folks. What do you think's bigger? 1 out of 5? You just said 1 out of 5 or 3 out of 23. Which one's going to be bigger? Raise your hand if you think 1 out of 5 is bigger. Raise your hand, thank you. Raise your hand if you think 3 out of 23 is bigger. Nobody? All right. Anybody else? All right, let's find out. So how can we check this without even needing a calculator or any of that? Write it down, sure. Jesse? Draw a picture.
How many times
Nice. How many times will 3 go into 23? Sabrina? Oh, you're doing the math in your head, you're dividing?
There's a remainder left.
There is a remainder. I don't know if that's good or bad. Roderick?
Draw a small circle circle hearts.
Sure. Draw a visual. Good. Can you do me a favor and stay 4 on the floor, please? Thank you. Yes?
Remainder is 2.
The remainder is 2. Let's find out. Can I get 3 out of 23 students to stand up? 1? That looks like 3, right? How about we get 1, 2, 3 to stand, everybody else sit? Okay, so everyone see what we have here? All right, thank you. Matt, can we get 1 group out of 5? Stand up. Which one was bigger? 1 out of 5 is bigger. Okay, great. So while we're doing this, I'm going to hand you 1 fraction. Each group gets how many fractions?
1.
1. you're going to do what with the fraction? Try to figure out where in the number line it goes. But you know what? What if you get an easy one? Oh man, it's going to be so boring.
I know.
So everybody has some extra paper. And with that extra paper, I need you to draw or write all the different ideas you have about that fraction. How could you show it? Yeah, we're showing it on a number line, but we talked about money and some other ways. What are some other ways you can show a fraction? Decimals, awesome. Yes. Pictures. Wait.
No. Pictures.
Pictures, they work. Robert? I'm sorry, Karen. What? Money. Math problems. Money. Pizzas. Roderick? Okay. Yeah, Kevin. A pie. Mario. Cookies. All right, so 5 minutes begins now. Sarah,
Well, give it. Yeah.
You don't use the sticky.
questions? Nice. Thanks for using that.
I'm ready to
Thanks for taking a deep breath. Work through it. Feel team. Okay, great. And then what should we be doing with this other paper now? Equivalent fractions would work. Any other way to show
That's because you already found it.
that on one?
Oh, you're supposed to do one that's not on here?
No, you're supposed to do one. Okay, I don't even know what's on here. I'm just going to write random. So I'm going to put, okay,
How we do?
I really put 9, 6.
So you found it? Okay. So now
I will put that. Like if I wrote it down, what else?
On a sticky note.
Okay, now we still have another one to do. So if you can think about how you can show one. All of these
What about 9?
All right, make it happen. Any success over here? 2/3? Awesome.
Wait, look at us, point fire.
Mark it right there.
Actually, these are in order here, right on this page. Nine, go here. That's first. Now,
Put it on the
6, 10. Right there. 3 10s, 4 10s, 5 10s, 6 10s.
You need to write like A to Z, our number is 8 out of 8, so you need to write 8.
I did 8.
Yeah, you did. Awesome.
Try to write another one. So how much?
Over here.
I don't get pictures. Yeah.
Talking over to you. You're just gonna hold on.
Look. You know how, look, this is another way to do it. It rolls. I did.
Okay, 30 seconds. We're gonna regroup. 30 seconds.
What am I doing? I'm writing out Mario.
No, here, guys.
Oh my gosh. No, she didn't say they did that. Stay down. Sit down, guys.
I said, here.
20 seconds.
You need to write it down. Put it down one more.
That'd be perfect.
I will not.
Thank you. Remember, we're going to do it again, so you guys
Yeah,
can
she
take
can do
turns.
it right now. She can home.
Thank you. 10 seconds. Everybody in their seats.
He said we're going to do
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. David.
Just 3. You have to go. You have to go.
Can I get the go-to? Is this group ready to rock? Can I get the go-to for each group to join me over here at the windows? And can you go in order from least to greatest? Least to greatest. You can bring up the number line. We can see where it's at. Bring the number line up.
Wait, I will get up. Put it on the paper. Everyone's in sticky notes. Right here. Watch.
Okay. Okay, for those of you who are not the go-tos, can I get your attention, please?
Yes, sir.
The non-go-tos.
Are you a go-to? What's in your bag?
100. So the non-go-tos, can I get your attention? If you can hear me, touch your nose. If you can hear me, touch your ears. So I see all these awesome drawings. We'll give them another moment to wait on Malik to get over there.
You did it.
Anybody here want to show off their drawings? Oh, you put it up there? Okay, can everybody focus on Trey and Roderick? What did you guys come up with?
What we did was that we just made I made 8 drawings and
About
and then colored them all in because ours was 8 out of 8 one whole, so we just made 8 drawings and colored them all in. So that's what we did.
Awesome.
like something like we colored it made like we did money.
Excellent. Yeah, what'd you get?
It's $8 because it was 8 and 8, so it would be $8.
Awesome, Kylie.
We also did like the decimal version of it, like 8, and the decimal was 0, to show that it was 8 holes.
Thank you, Sabrina. All right, now let's check in with our go-tos. See a lot of yellow. Yellow's exciting. Springtime is here. Okay, so your number was
1/3. Yeah.
1/3. Okay, and then to the right is going to be a bigger number. What'd you get?
3.
Would you agree? Is 3/8 bigger than 1/3?
Yes. No. Yes.
How do you know? You had it right the first time. You gotta believe. Do your work, check with your neighbor, and you gotta believe. Okay, so least, then we're getting greater. So what was your number again? 1/3. And then you were what? Then we had 3 8s. Can everybody hear okay?
Yes. Yes.
Yep. How about, what was yours, Mr. Ballcat Man?
1/5.
Thank you. 1/5. So if you hold it up, you can see where he's at. Is this further to the right than yellow and orange?
Yes.
Yes. No.
No.
So you may want to be a little lesser. You may want to be a little easter. You may want to move a little to the left, sir. Can you guys help him and see where he's
To your right, Tyler. To your right. To your right.
How does that look?
Better. No. Tyler still needs to move.
Which way?
That way. Let's say he's sticking up his He's good.
So 1/5. And which one is the right one? We got a lot going on here. Which one's the correct yellow?
1/3.
1/3. So which one is furthest to the left?
Tyler's.
So then,
I was right.
all right, thank you. Then we're getting up to closer to 1, and you are 2/3. Does this look good so far?
Yes.
That yellow keeps, wow, do you mind if I take some yellow off?
Sure.
Okay.
How about all of them?
Okay.
I like that.
All right, awesome. And then we have 8/8. Is that actually 1?
Yes. That's a hole. It's a
It
hole.
is. We made it all the way to the right. We've completed it. We've got, how much money would we have? $1. Even though there's an 8, it's 8 out of 8.
It's 1 hole.
Like a pizza, it's cut into 8 pieces. If you have 8 pieces, you already have 1 whole pizza. Yeah.
You would have 1 piece because 8 is 1 hole.
Correct.
You get 1 piece.
Okay, raise your hand if you understand what we did right here. What are we doing with fractions? Right, least to greatest. You might see that on a test called what? Yes, in Arizona they call names. But they would, what are you actually doing with these fractions? You are, can I read? Right? What's the math term they might use for us? Comparing, or it starts with an O. Right. Ordering. So remember, if you see that, what we did here, very simple, we just ordered fractions. Should we order some pizza?
Yeah.
We'll think about it. Okay. All right, thank you, everybody. If you guys can have a seat, go back to your groups.